Greetings, we are the Ministry of the Real Truth, and we went extensively into this particular book, and it was a exorcist head spinner, which is basically a textbook of Aramaic documents from ancient Egypt, newly copied, edited and translated into Hebrew and English by Bezalel Porten from the Hebrew University Department of the History of the Jewish People, Text and Studies for Students. We went into great detail, and then we found we hadn't even started the record button. It happens, right? Well, it happens to us quite a bit. Okay, so we're just going to go through it quickly because there's a lot of detail in here. There are 4 pieces in this collection were acquired in the 1820s, each by a different person or museum, and were assigned Latin designations indicating the private collector or the institution. In 1825, the Duke de la Blacas acquired 2 pieces that later passed into the hands of the British Library in London, C1.2. The 2 Papyri Blacasiani were joined at one upon our advice in 1981. Copying the text at source, Yardini uncovered the name Hor, son of Punish, and it soon became apparent that this newly joined piece formed part of a longer tale of Hor, son of Punish, with parallels in Demotic literature. In 1826, the Louvre, it's a museum in Paris, France, acquired a fragment of wine accounts, Papyrus Luparensis C3.12, published in 1863 by Jean-Joseph Barguès, and further restored upon the advice of Porten in 1980. In 1827, Michelangelo Lanzi noted the existence of 2 more pieces. One was a fragmentary list acquired by Stefano Borgia and published in 1884 by E. Ledrain. It is now held by the Biblioteca Apostolica Vaticana, Papyrus Borgianus C4.9. The other was a fragmentary sheet of accounts, perhaps part of the Salt collection, published by Charles Jean Mercure de Vogue in 1869. Okay, and here's quite a lot more information there. It's basically saying that there was Aramaic papyri with Aramaic written on it found in Egypt. It goes into great length. Table of contents, it's all there. Concordance of text, general bibliography, Segal bibliography, Ahika editions and translations, C328 Cowley Besitan biography. It's like Darius' account or something like that. Bibliography for individual documents. You're going through it pretty fast because when we did the first video and we found that afterwards we didn't even record it, push the record button. So I know we're not going through 2 hours of that again. Papyrology, it explains here that fresh rectangular papyrus sheets were not stored in a pile but were glued together along their length to make a scroll. In writing a document, the scribe detached from the scroll a piece of required size and so forth. It goes into the accounts and lists of what they are, right? List of items or persona followed by some notation. It might be because you had ships coming in, ships going out, so they'd use accounting or these records, right? Of what came in, what came out, what was sold, what was bought, if there's any IAUs, tithe was paid, probably some sort of tax or donation or something like that, right? And so forth. Excuses 1, structures and themes in Ahika. It's all there. Excuses 2, discussion of accounts. We might have an IOU, something like that, some made a note. Discussion on what was sold, what was bought from different ships, different peoples, etc. wine and oil. This text deals exclusively with wine or oil. A fourth mention oil and Sidonian and Ionian wine, along with other items and so forth. The last text, perhaps from EPUB, comes from the 3rd century BCE and is a multi-column annual business account of wine, grain, pawned objects, and IOUs, C3.28, and so forth. Down here at the bottom it has, unlike the recto, most of the names here appear along with their patronymics. Though looks like this might be Hebrew here. Sons of is frequently omitted. Lines 86, F, 98, 101, 11, 6, F. Most of the names are Hebrew or generally West Semitic. Abieti, Abihi, Abri, Gabri, Asgad, etc. Haggai, Hananiah, Jonathan, Nathan, Obadiah, Zebediah, Obadiah, and only a couple are Egyptian: Tassa, Tutu, or Greek: Arseno, Paxios, Diaphoros. None of the last 4 texts comes from Elephantine. Yes, so check these out. These are all biblical names we are guessing, okay, being Hebrew. So they were actually there in Persia under Darius I or Darius II, the kingdom of the Medes or the Media. And more information on the ships, cargo of the 6 Phoenician ships. It's not indicated though, and so forth. The times of this guy Ahiga in the Proverbs, his Proverbs.